Hi guys, I am going to do a changing video with Miss Maci. As you can see, she's still in the outfit from Theme, her Twin Tuesday that she did a few weeks ago with her cousin Maizie. And I added the little jellies. I think I did them in a haul video after the changing video. I got these clear little jellies for her and I wanted to make sure they fit her. I was kind of guessing, because I had tried on the size at Old Navy once before in a different style sandal, and these are from Old Navy. These are size 0 to 3 months from Old Navy. And I had tried them on her in a different style. They were Birkenstock looking sandal, and they fit her at the store in the 0 to 3 months. And the only reason why I didn't buy those then was because they didn't have the color I wanted. All they had was pink and like a hunter green type color. And I wanted just white. White or black. I would have even went with like a neutral brown. And their neutral brown, or their brown was like a dark chocolate brown. So I didn't care for any of the colors that they had available in her size. So I just opted to not get any that day. And they didn't even have like jellies like this that day, so I don't know when these ones are from. These say spring 18, so yeah. That would explain it, because I just got her spring this year, or yeah, late winter, early spring this year. So when I went obviously pre-COVID to find them, and I couldn't. So anyways, I am going to take that off of her, and I'm going to put the new little English bubble romper on her. And I wanted to have kind of a serious chat today. So I've seen this in a few videos. People basically knocking others that role play in the doll community. There's some in the community that do not role play at all. There's some that honestly it's kind of questionable with the length they go to seeming to believe that these dolls, and they are dolls, are real. And then there's places in between. So I've seen this a few times where somebody gets all up in arms and is making accusations about role playing, and not even just role playing, but like outings. Like, I know personally, I think I've only done it once, maybe twice, like a day in the life of videos. I personally don't get into those. Maybe it's I just don't have enough time to do one of those. They just are very time consuming, like the one that I did after I got my full body silicone. I think I did one with her, and it was very, very, very time consuming. And then you had to go into doing all the editing on it and whatnot. It just, maybe that's my issue, is when it comes to like the day in the lives of and stuff like that for role playing. As well as, I don't have the patience to sit and pretend feed a doll. And yes, obviously, like if I have one of my real cares on and it's requesting care, that's one thing. But like I'll sit and cuddle with like Maci or Sean and whatnot while watching TV, but I'm not gonna go pull out a bottle and pretend to feed them. So maybe it's I'm somebody that's somewhere in between. Like, I will take my dolls on outings. I enjoy taking my dolls on outings. Do I wish there were more in my area that I would be able to enjoy this hobby with? Oh, heck yeah. But that's not going to stop me. And I think some people that are putting down others that do take their dolls on outings are jealous. And I'm not saying everyone, so this is not a blanket statement. I'm saying some. Because I've seen people in the past who will contact others in their area and want to do outings or want to do a Dolly meetup or whatnot. And for whatever reason, they're either left out of outings, or sometimes people's personalities just don't mix. And we're all adults. So if, say for instance, Crystal and I lived closer and we wanted to take our dollies on an outing, but we didn't want to include Susie, and I'm just making this name up because Susie just doesn't get along with us. Not necessarily doesn't get along with us, it's just Crystal and I are very close, and Crystal and I have a lot more interests in common than just the dolls. And so, like, even when Crystal and I, the few times we've been able to get together in person, I mean, we have more in-depth conversations that go further than just the dolls. And about some people do get annoying. I know I can get annoying. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying anything along those lines. I can be annoying. Everybody can be annoying. Everybody can get to that point. But not everybody's personalities mesh together. I mean, even I'm active in my children's PTA. There are teachers at their school that I get along with fantastic. There are teachers at that school that I have become friends with. I'm invited to one of the teachers' weddings because we've become pretty good friends. And so, on the flip side, there are other teachers at that school that I just can't stand. Now, am I going to be cordial to them? Yes. Sorry. I know I'm putting two shoes on her. I'm trying to decide which ones I want. With these. But that being said, I'm cordial to them, but that doesn't mean I want to be around them in another setting. So that's part of it. Another part of it is, you know, your online presence. Now, I've met a few people off the internet in person. Obviously Crystal. I mean, we've been good friends for, 17 years? 2003? Yeah, 17 years. We've been friends for 17 years. And instantly, her and I just clicked. And we would chat more than just the dolls. So I've met her in person a few times. I've met Tammy in person a few times. But Tammy and I don't speak anymore, but that has nothing to do with the dolls. It has nothing to do with the personality. It's, sadly, it came to, just to put it out there, those that know, my son is autistic. And she made a huge blanket statement about autism. And so I came back and was like, you know, being a parent of a child with autism, that's a huge blanket statement. And I was trying to set her straight about this huge blanket statement about children on the spectrum. And this lady that she had met online, she had never met in person, and she had only known for like a couple months, came out and started attacking me, started attacking my son, and whatnot. To the point, like, I was in tears. Crystal, like, was trying to defend me and my son. Yvonne, another friend of ours, was trying to defend me and my son. And all three of us were trying to get a hold of Tammy and be like, you know, you need to shut this down. Because this was on Tammy's personal Facebook page. Like, you need to shut this down. You need to shut this down. And she refused to. And at that point, I had to make the decision, if you're going to make an ignorant blanket statement about something that she knew nothing about and still absolutely knows nothing about, and when somebody who's living that, and I don't speak for everybody in the autism world, but when you make a big blanket statement and I try to correct you on that blanket statement, don't, and you let somebody you barely know attack a friend, a longtime friend, I needed to cut out the negativity. I couldn't let that happen again. I couldn't mentally let that happen again to myself or my family. So Tammy and I no longer talk because of that. But I've met Tammy in person a few times. I met another girl, Ashley, from the neonate group. I've met her in person. So there's Tammy. Cece a few times. I can't think of the lady's name now, the one that bought my neonate. She did sell him, but her and I plan on doing a meetup sometime soon. So, and just do some Dolly shopping. So I'm not opposed to meeting people offline and going and doing stuff with them when it comes to dolls, but on the flip side, if I want to take my doll out by myself, I will. And sometimes I feel others' insecurities get portrayed as insecurities cause the jealousy, so then they lash out and are constantly, well, you know, I don't role play, but if you do it, fine, whatever, whatever, whatever. But, I mean, that's to me like saying, I'm sorry, but. No, you're not sorry. If you have to add that but in the end, you're not sorry. You don't feel bad. You're just saying the words. If you truly believe something and say, I'm sorry, you drop it. But if you're saying, I'm sorry, but, after going on and basically belittling people that do it, I mean, like I've said, back in the past, when I first started out in this community, all I had was the neonates and real cares. I had maybe a few Ashton Drakes and one Reborn at the time. And I would take my dolls out by myself. I would take them out with my husband. I would take them out with my grandparents when we go out and do stuff. Granted, I wasn't filming them or taking pictures or anything. I would just have fun taking my dolls out with me. And in the group, there was a few in there that would make all sorts of excuses why they couldn't take dolls out. And I don't care if you just are uncomfortable doing it. Be honest about it. That's just like if I'm out with a Reborn, I'm going to be honest about it. If somebody realizes it's a doll, I'm honest about it. I will say I collect dolls. There was one day, I don't know if it was Sean. Yeah, when I took Sean on his first outing, I was taking him out to size his feet to buy shoes. And in the video of his first outing, you see me trying shoes on him in the store. I didn't get it on camera, but somebody came up to me and was like, had asked me at one point why I was pushing around a doll in a stroller. And I said, well, I make YouTube videos and I just got a new doll, so I brought him on an outing for 2 reasons: to make YouTube content. And I said, and the other is I need to find shoes that fit him. And I said the best way to find shoes that fit him is to bring him with. And they're like, oh, okay. So yes, you're going to sometimes have negative comments, but majority of the time these people are never going to see you again. So what do you care? I don't care. I mean, if it bothers you, I guess maybe it does. But as I was stating, with my dolls, I would take them out for no reason, just to take them out for fun. And there was people that I think in the group were jealous of those of us that did take our dolls on outings and go do things. And am I excluded from ever feeling jealous about people in the doll community? No, I felt jealous about things like maybe they have a doll that I love and I'd love to have, but I know I could never afford it. Or I've been a little jealous at times of Crystal and Paula and Cassie and I cannot think of the other friend. Marilyn. Not their relationship. I'm happy for them. I'm just jealous that they get to go do that together and have that relationship and have those laughs and have that fun, where I would love to find somebody around here to do it. I would love to go up there and do that with them. But it is what it is with that. But what I'm saying is, you don't need to blame others if you have your own insecurities. Own up to it. When you take your dolls up, own up to it. Don't, oh, well, I have this doll because some people have anxiety. Well, if you have anxiety and you take your doll out because of the anxiety, own up to it. I guess my feelings on some of this is, yes, they're dolls. Yes, we want to have fun in the community. Why do we need to, one, downplay or belittle those in the community because they don't or they do something that you want to do or wouldn't do? Why do you need to keep bringing this up? Like I said, there's a channel that I've seen every other video talking about this subject, and it gets daunting. Okay, we get it. You don't do this. If you're in a community that people are constantly on you because you don't do that, maybe it's time to start looking for a different community. I've went to different doll communities because I started out in one, and while I'm still in the neonate one, there were other websites that I was on that were chat sites that I had joined, and I just stopped going to them because it got to the point where I didn't feel like I belonged there. Like, I would post something and somebody may make a comment about it, or nobody would make a comment at all because I didn't have a $5,000 full body silicone. And this was when they were just coming out. Did I leave because of jealousy? No, it's just, it got to the point where it felt like I didn't fit in, so I left. And the friends that I made in those sites and that I'm still friends with, I appreciate those, and I hold those friendships dearly. But I'm not going to stay someplace where people are going to constantly belittle me or constantly say this or constantly say that about me. So I don't understand if you're in a community that is constantly saying, because you don't do this, XYZ, and they're constantly saying that you're constantly bringing this up, leave. No one's forcing you to stay. But it gets a little old. And in some of the cases, I do feel it is out of insecurities and jealousy that some of these people are constantly doing this. Like, I've seen people, when, I cannot think of her name right now. Little Loves. My mind is going blank on her name right now. When she first started her YouTube channel, and she would take her dolls out and she would role play with them. In the community, there were the ones that loved that she did this and she had the courage to do this. There were some in the community that were constantly downplaying, belittling, and degrading her. Now, she had kind of a checkered past, so some of those people were a little jaded because of the checkered past in the doll community. But at the point when she started the channel, that stuff had all been water under the bridge, so to speak, for some of these people. But then they would come in and start degrading her again. I guess my whole thing is, you know, do what makes you happy. If you want to do YouTube, do YouTube. If you don't want to do YouTube, don't do YouTube. If you just want to watch people's videos and make comments, great. We appreciate that. But if you don't get it and you don't understand it, why do you need to spread the negativity about it? Like, if I chose tomorrow to take Maci on an outing, that's my prerogative. I mean, she's looking super cute in this outfit, so that could be an option. And oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. I just wish I had knee-high socks to go with it. But anyways, I'm going to end that. I'm going to go over her outfit quick for the sight impaired viewers that I have. I know I've had comments on that you talk too much. Why do you go into details describing stuff? I've seen those comments before, and I will say it again like I've always said it. I live in a house with someone that can be excluded from a lot of stuff. We support inclusion here. I know on my channel I have viewers that do have vision impairments, that are blind, that do have vision differences, whether it blind, legally blind, partially blind, any array of the spectrum, that they might not be able to see, but the description that I say when I'm saying it, they can imagine in their head what the doll is wearing, or they can kind of make out colors, but they can't see the details of what she's wearing. So I will describe what she is wearing. I put on that little English romper that I just got, the smocked bubble romper, and oh my god, she's adorable in it. It's a sleeveless romper with the frill at the shoulders. The smocking up at the top has these adorable white bunnies with white cottontails. I put her passy on it, and then the smocking flares out into pleating, and I am in love with this on her. I paired it with this Jamboree sweater because it's been kind of cold the last couple days. And it's just a white knit sweater. And it actually has bunny ears on it that are, the inside of the bunny ears is gray, but whatever. And the smocked bubble romper is actually like a pale pink. And then I paired it with these shoes that I got her and Sean matching ones at Once Upon a Child. They're just those very timeless, classic, whatever you want to call them, white beginner walker shoes with the leather sole. And then I just paired it with a white pair of frilly socks because I only had one white pair of triple roll socks that I used as knee highs temporarily on Sean. But I need to get a pair of white knee highs for her and a pair of white knee highs for him. But I was trying to see if these T-strap white patent leather shoes, they fit her and they look cute on her, but I think these look adorable, and I'm going to get pictures of the both of them together in there because he's in that cute outfit, similar. Obviously it's not smocked or whatnot, but they're both in classic looking outfits. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you all later. Bye!